It definitely is a kind of a little bit of a science, because you will, it's just like anything. If you don't use it, you lose it. So I did come in with that strong wrestling background, and I did kind of stray away from it. Just like when I was at Extreme Couture, I didn't lift one weight, I don't think, when I was there for 2 years, because I had so much residual muscle and athleticism from wrestling coming over in MMA. I thought I was going to be ahead of the game in that regard. So I worked a lot on my hands, a lot on my grappling, a lot on my submissions and all that kind of stuff, and had spent so much time on that I strayed away from strength and conditioning, didn't do as much wrestling, because that's where I was strong. But now, being 3 years into the sport, now I'm here, like I just said, I'm working with a strength and conditioning coach at least 2 days a week. So I'm making sure I'm continuing to get stronger, bigger, faster. And then here, there is a lot of guys with a good wrestling mindset here, and me and Phil Davis and a couple other guys run a wrestling practice, at least one wrestling practice a week. So we're getting our wrestling in, and then you look at a guy like Dominick Cruz who transitions really well from strikes to takedowns and all that kind of stuff. I've been trying to pick his brain on that kind of stuff, and Del Fierro's got a ton of stuff up in that head of his, as far as takedowns, transitions to wrestling, and I think obviously wrestling for college is a lot different than wrestling in MMA, because of we're both standing up and all that kind of stuff. You look at a guy like GSP, never wrestled a day in his life, and he's obviously undeniably one of the best. If there's anything that I'm a little bit disappointing in my game at, it's not being able to get takedowns like I thought I would. Takedowns on the cage, I thought it was going to be a lot easier. It's not that easy. Getting defense on the cage, I get taken down on the cage by guys who have never wrestled, just because it's not the same thing as wrestling. What I did in wrestling in college is not the same exactly. So it's different. It's a completely different game. I definitely when you watch him and you watch his fights and you see the success he has, man, you want to add a little bit to the game. You want to be quicker on your feet. You want to work on them angles. You want to work on throwing punches and kicks from weird angles, and be the kind of guy that can't be timed. We were talking about timing. It's really, really hard to time a guy like Dominick, because he's moving so much, and he's doing so much, and he's moving when he doesn't even need to be moving. So it is cool. I definitely have worked on my movement more, trying to move more, trying to create more angles, and that just goes along with progressing as a fighter. You got to work on the angles. You got to work on your foot movement, your head movement, shoulder movement, and feints and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely do want to be faster and quicker and more active in this fight than I was in my last fight. Didn't get to show much, but the Alvarez fight, I stood still a lot of times, and if I was moving more, I probably would have been even more successful in the stand-up. So that's something I'm trying to add to my game, and I definitely won't ever be as fast as Dominick is or anything like that, or move as much as he does, but I definitely want to move more.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and look for more video content on Mike Chandler and other MMA stars coming soon.